Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq. Joining me is Alfred, Prevoo managing partner of Blockchain Investments & Co. to discuss what crypto assets are and how they fit into our financial system as it stands today. Alfred, it's great to have you with us. Welcome to Trade Talks.
Thank you. Great to be here.
And while we may understand the digital asset space and use cases, there are many investors and members of our audience that want to get in this space and participate. So let's start with the basics. What are crypto assets and why are they important?
Well, basically, crypto assets are digital representations of value. I think that's the easiest way to think about it. It's more than just money. It's really a representation of value, and its unique characteristic is that there's no analog version of it. It's just digital.
And what is their role in the current financial system? And can traditional finance find a way to integrate?
Yeah, so I've myself been working at a central bank for a long time, one of the largest central banks of the world. And I've been looking at all kinds of financial assets. And the interesting thing about crypto assets is that it's not just an alternative asset class that is on the rise, so to speak. It is also a way for existing asset classes to be represented in a crypto asset manner. So it's not just another asset class. It's also a way to think about how can we benefit from this new technology and enhance the existing financial system in a way that's more beneficial for everyone.
And Alfred, let's talk about the latest news, because there certainly has been a lot in the digital asset space. What are you focused on right now?
Well, yeah, it's very interesting that you asked that, because obviously everybody has been seeing news yesterday that Tesla has bought a lot of Bitcoin and is one of the first really large conglomerates that has been buying crypto assets and has been very vocal about it. And I think it's just showing that we are on the verge, basically, of a lot of institutions not just getting more interest, but actually acting on that interest right now. And it shows that there is a lot of trust that has been gained and a lot of trust that is going to be deepened in the coming months and the coming years as well.
And Alfred, what do institutions and investors need in order to learn more about crypto assets?
Well, the main thing about crypto assets is that a lot of people are wondering, where do I get the right information? What can I trust about this new asset space? And also in my work at the central bank, this was the main question that we had. Where do we get quality data? And I think it's so important that in the crypto asset space, there actually is a lot of data. There's a lot of analysis that can be done. Institutions can do it. Individuals can do it. It's not as complicated as it may sound, but we are basically trying to help you in this path. Nasdaq itself has a great platform for it. Quandl, it's the data platform. You can find a lot of existing data on crypto on that platform. We ourselves produce ratings, chain analysis data, correlations with the existing financial markets, and so much more information that I think will help institutions and retail to get a much better understanding in a very, very quick manner. And I really encourage everyone to not just look it up, but see how can this really help me as an investor or as a research party.
Yeah, and thank you for suggesting that, Alfred, because there is so much data out there, but it always comes down to finding that high quality data. So to have that platform available certainly is helpful for investors. With that said, what do you think the future of crypto assets are going to be? Is this just a shorter term trend, or do you think this is going to be a longer term shift in the way that we think about money and finance?
Well, it's been around now for about 12 years, right? Since we have its protagonist, Bitcoin, and everybody knows about Bitcoin. But there are already more than 8,000 of these publicly traded digital assets. And the thing is, they're not really going away. You can't really unplug the internet, and you can't really unplug a blockchain. So the genie is out of the bottle, as they say. And I think the people who are still skeptical of this new space, which makes sense for any new asset class, but we need to keep in mind that it's not going to go away. It's here to stay. And the future of crypto assets is likely that we will find a lot more applications that we are going to actively use. And the next cycle, I think, is going to be very interesting as well, as we are now on the crisp of central banks also embracing this technology and seeing how they can legitimize the space, but also, by regulation, but also actually make crypto variants of the existing fiat currencies. And they are doing that. So these are called CBDCs. And it shows that the existing financial system really is going to connect to that new space of crypto assets. And it's so important to, and exciting, I think, to see that space grow and develop. And I think that it's, something that will grow a lot bigger than it actually currently is, even at its very high pace already.
Yeah, it's going to be fascinating to watch this asset class continue to grow. Alfred, thank you for all the insight and for joining us on Trade Talks. And thanks for joining me. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.
Thank you so much.